If you're like me, you have probably been on the dieting yo-yo for much of your life. I have been for almost all my life. I lost a bunch of weight, about 50 pounds actually, because I was actually obese. I lost a bunch of weight about, 17, 18 years ago, took off 50 pounds, but then slowly about 18, 19, 20 pounds crept back, and I was like, right? Have you been there? And then 3 years ago, I was just so frustrated with the whole dieting yo-yo, and I remember coming before God and it's like, Lord, help me. I don't understand what my problem is. I've prayed for self-control and this and that, and it's just not happening. And I feel like God gave me a revelation, and I just want to encourage you with this today, because maybe this is a revelation for you too. I don't know, but I think it might be. I heard him say something so simple, yet so life-changing and perspective shifting for me. Because all the time I looked at food as like, how much of the yummy, not so good food for me can I possibly eat without gaining weight? It's like I wanted to go up to the line. You know what I mean? Like, how much can I get away with eating? That kind of mentality. And I felt like God said, no, Debbie, stop looking at food like that. I want you to make choices every day for health. I want you to think about what foods will make you healthy. What foods will make you healthy? Because don't you want to be healthy and strong and able to walk up a flight of stairs without getting winded, and able to run after your children or your grandchildren, and able to walk up like I said, a staircase without getting winded? And I'm like, yes. And I heard him say, don't you want to get rid of the early onset arthritis in your knees? And I'm like, yes, I want to be healthy. And so he just said, start eating for health. Stop looking at food as like, how much can I get away with eating? How many bad choices that are my comfort food can I get away with eating? And start eating for health. And it started me on a journey. I started to research, well, what food is really healthy and what is unhealthy for me? I found out, and now please don't turn this off quite yet. I found out that sugar is atrocious. It is addictive, and it spikes in your bloodstream, and it gets stored as fat right away because your body doesn't know what to do with it because it's already broken down. It doesn't even take any time to break down in your system, so it just gets stored immediately as fat. It's linked to cancer. I mean, bad things with sugar. And I'm like, oh, but I love sugar. Well, God showed me how to create foods that still have sweetness, but in a more natural way, less destructive way, using like applesauce in cookie recipes instead of refined sugar. And you know what? I was a sugar addict. I mean, really. I could eat a half of a container of cookie dough when I was making cookies because I loved it so much. You know what I mean? I haven't touched cookie dough or a chocolate chip cookie, like a real one, in 3 years. And I am totally fine with that. It's like once I broke that bondage to sugar, I was set free. And I'm not feeling deprived at all. I've decided to eat whole foods because that's the way that God made foods, not to strip out the good parts and add in a bunch of chemicals. So I've been on a journey of eating whole foods, meats and cheeses, and a buttered piece of whole wheat toast, and even a grilled cheese sandwich with real cheddar cheese, not American processed cheese, on 100% whole grain bread with a little butter. You know what I mean? I'm not depriving myself, and I eat a couple of cookies a day. But I've made them over with a healthier recipe, almost all whole food ingredients, whole wheat flour. It can be done, people. And I lost 20 pounds within 7 or 8 months. I've kept it off with no effort whatsoever. Yes, I'm active. I make sure that I get some exercise as God intended. He didn't intend Adam and Eve to sit behind a desk 8 hours a day and sit on a couch another 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? But I'm eating whole foods, and I'm choosing every day to eat for health. And when those thoughts came into my mind, oh, you should have, this pumpkin pie over here or this chocolate cake over here. I try to take captive those thoughts, as the Bible says to in 2 Corinthians 10. And I say to myself, you know what? This is the devil trying to destroy me once again. Because that is the mission of the devil, right? To steal, kill, and destroy. We learn that in the book of John. And so I just take captive those thoughts and say, no. You are not going to destroy me. I choose to eat for health. Give it a try. Just try it. You will find the pounds just melting away, cellulite disappearing. You will find the bondage to sugar disappearing if you just stick with it for 3 or 4 weeks. That bond will be broken, and you will not feel deprived. Like I said, I have cookies every day. I have some really high cacao chocolate covered almonds that I eat as a treat. So there's a little hint of sugar, but not very much because of the high cacao chocolate. So I've put some recipes together for you at faithplace.org. faithplace.org. Just scroll down to the bottom of the front page and you'll see a healthy living tab. Click on that and I'll give you several recipes for breads and another several recipes for desserts and main dishes and side dishes that are all pretty much whole foods. Give it a try. Let's get healthy. Honor God with our bodies as He intended, but also let's get healthy so we can live the abundant life that Jesus intends us to live.